Alright, good morning everybody. It's Nick with NK Landscaping. We're here week number 2 on this pool patio demo and repair. So I've got the excavator warming up for a second here. I gotta fuel it up, and while I'm up there I'm gonna fix the little spot that we've been backing in here for access. It's getting a little lumpy in there in anticipation of I think either tomorrow or Wednesday we're getting 40 tons of 3/4 inch stone delivered, so I'm probably gonna put that somewhere in there, and I want to just make sure that's accessible for a triaxle. But for today we got the wall for the most part excavated out. I need to lay our marks just to make sure everything's in the right spot and that we have enough excavated. Fitz is gonna get set up here with the pressure washer. We're gonna start cleaning off these blocks, probably in that area there. Some of them are full of mud, and we gotta pressure wash them off so they're ready to go. So we can start laying them. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna get this base all set up, compacted. We're actually gonna go run and grab a load of gravel today so we can start getting our 4 to 5 foot banding in here so we can lay down our wall, get everything untarped here and get moving. So it should be a good day. Weather's finally starting to warm up. It's going to be 65 today, and I think it's actually going to get up towards the 80s the rest of this week. So finally some warm weather here. But get this stuff moved over here so you can start pressure washing, and we'll get the machine fueled up and that area fixed and then get to work. Okay, so we're going around the pool here and we're checking our grade. So the first thing I want to make sure of is that the pool coping is level. So I'm going around, and as long as I'm basically within beeping range on the laser level here, so a fast beep like that means that we're too high. I don't know if you can see that. Steady beep means that we're level, and a slow beep means that we're too low. So we're going around here, and I'm just making sure that all the pool coping is relatively level, and so far it seems to be pretty good. It's within, we call it within beep range, but as long as we're in the machine, the laser level here beeping, that basically means that we have, I think it's within the 1/8 inch of grade. So going around, checking everywhere, and then I'll set my benchmark, which means that's something it's our reference mark. So here the pool's actually just a hair higher, but that's okay. It's all within that 1/8 inch. And how I could tell that is, you know, if you lean it over, you're actually making the receiver here lower. So like that piece is just a bit high. I have this leaned over a little bit, but that's okay. But overall, the whole pool I'd say is within 1/4 inch of each other. So we got the laser level there, and now basically what I need to do, I'm going to adjust the laser level. So I want the base of my blocks here, I'll get you in the sun so you can actually kind of see me. So our pool pavers are 2 3/8 inches thick. We're gonna have a 1 1/2 inch layer of bedding material, so that's a 1/4 inch chipstone, and then we're gonna have 6 inches of 3/4 inch gravel beneath that. That's our compacted base that sits on top of this excavated grade. So all in all, that means I need to go down 9 7/8 inches. So I'm gonna set my laser level. It's actually counterintuitive. The receiver here is going up 9 7/8 inches, which makes the bottom of the rod go down 9 7/8 inches. So what that allows us to do is to check whether or not we're on grade throughout the excavation. So here, I'm gonna lean her down a little bit, and it's beeping right there with a little bit of lean. So we're within about 1 inch or so. That's acceptable. So go down the line. That's just beeping completely. It's saying that we're high, but I don't have to lean the stick over. I'm holding it level, so we're very close to spec there. So we'll keep going down this line. I gotta lean it over there. We're maybe 1 inch tall. here, lean over. That's a little bit more, maybe 1.5 inches or so. And we're just gonna do that throughout the whole wall. So here, that's probably more like 2 inches that were high. Here, same kind of deal. So we're within 1 to 2 inches along this whole retaining wall. And these paint marks that I marked on the native soil there, what that's going to be, I want to make sure that throughout this whole wall I have 2 foot of clearance behind this string line. So this string represents the front face of the retaining wall. So in this area, I'm just a little bit shy. So this little lump of dirt has to come out, and I have a couple, there's like 3 or 4 more marks right there where there's a little bit of extra dirt that needs to come out, so we have clearance behind our wall. But everything through here, I have my 2 feet, except for here, that's fine, we can hand excavate that. And then this is actually sloped a little bit, we need to excavate a little bit more, but I'm not gonna worry about that just this moment. So now that this is basically to grade, or at least in an acceptable range for grade, I'm gonna go and hit those spots that stick out a little too far, pull all that out of here, and then we're gonna run the plate compactor through here, get this base, this native ground, or in this case, what's left from the previous patio. We're gonna get that compacted into the ground so we have a nice, sturdy base to lay all of our gravel on. So right now I'm gonna hop in the machine, I'm gonna pull those couple little spots down, we'll reset our line, make sure everything checks out, and then we're gonna run the compactor. Okay, we just got everything graded out here. I pulled that wall back just a hair and then remarked my lines. I'm gonna hit everything with the plate compactor now, get everything compacted, check my grade one more time, and then we're gonna go get some stone to put down as our base material and start laying that in a couple lifts so we can get some good compaction. Alright, so we're back from the quarry. Got our first load of 3/4 inch stone that we're gonna get spread for the wall base. Alright, so as you can see in here, it's really tight up against the deck. Steelwrist is really coming in handy. Alright guys, we're wrapping up for today. We got our 3/4 inch stone installed from the house out a little bit. It's not going to go all the way to the house. We're just going to lay the bricks there as a placeholder right now. There should be no need for bricks over here. It's probably going to start about 4 or 5 feet in. Come out, follow the line here, around the corner, and then right up to this little right angle we got leveled out. That was just the 3/4 stone that we brought this morning, but tomorrow we're getting a truckload. We have a load of 1/4 inch stone with us right now that we'll use tomorrow, so that the 1/4 inch stone goes on top of this as the leveling or bedding layer for the stones to sit on, so we can get that perfectly level. And we'll build the wall from the house out to here. We'll get our rest of our 3/4 stone tomorrow in the truckload, and then we have enough of the 1/4 inch to do all the wall over to the corner of the excavator. So we're gonna pack up tonight, just get everything cleaned up here, and make some more progress tomorrow. We should be able to get a good portion of this wall down as long as the gravel shows up in a reasonable time. Alright, thanks for checking in so far. Alright, good morning everybody. It's day number 7 here on this project. I got the excavator warming up here. We got a load of 1/4 inch gravel up there. So I'm actually going to track the excavator right up to the trailer, and I'll load down into a wheelbarrow here. And then we're going to start putting down our bedding layer. Basically from this white line here back into the corner, so that we'll have a nice bedding layer to start laying our stones on. We're going to make this curve around here. And we'll basically get everything done up to this line. That's where we have the 3/4 inch stone leveled to. And then once we get our load of gravel from our trucking company later today, they'll put it over by the skid steer hopefully. We'll get the rest of this installed. You can see the string line comes to here, and then these white marks are the curve that the wall is going to follow. And it's going to go over to behind the excavator there. So once we have that gravel delivered, we'll get the rest of that installed. We have our screed rails laid out here. My 10-footers here, a couple 4 or 5 footers here, and 10 footers there. So the goal of this, we take the laser level receiver there and we level out these pipes using this 1/4 inch stone. This is a really small stone, works really well to level out, you know, pavers, especially retaining wall bricks in this case. So we're going to go through, we're going to check all along these pipes, level it out with the bedding stone, and then we're going to go ahead and fill in between the pipes with the bedding stone and use our rake over there to bridge the pipes, and it'll leave a perfectly level surface for us to install the blocks on. So it's a really easy, simple process, and it works really well. we have all our screed rods installed. They've all been leveled to the proper height. And then we took the rake and we raked all the bedding material, the 1/4-inch gravel in between there. So now, if I take my laser, I put on my bedding material, we're perfectly level, basically all throughout. Now we can pull these screed rods and we can fill in the little holes that are left behind by them. You just take a flat trowel and trowel that out, and then we'll start marking our lines back out, putting our string lines back in, so we can get everything marked out for the wall, and then start putting the wall in from the house around the corner and to the end of our bedding material. Okay, let's check back in here. So, as you saw before, we got our grade rods in place and graded everything out. And now you can see we got the wall built around the corner here, just 2 courses high. I started it, each block is about 8 inches wide, so I started 16 inches off the foundation. We're not sure if we're going to put something here yet, but I wanted the ability to put something there if need be. So that's measured out for that. We're 2 courses high here. We most likely don't need to be 2 courses high at the house. It really just depends on how much block we have. So the load of gravel should be here a little bit later in the day. We're kind of stuck without that. Like I said, I'm tripping over strings. But like I said earlier, we have it graded to here as far as the 3/4 gravel goes. So we could technically put in another 8 feet of wall. But we're just getting everything kind of tidied up here. Made a mess doing that. But it looks really good. I'm happy with the way that it looked. And I just drew this freehand curve before just to join the 2 corners together, and it ended up being the perfect radius on the blocks. That's as tight as you can go. You can see the blocks are all touching each other, so they're meant to do an inside radius like this, and that's all you can do with it. On the outside radius there, it'll be much less tight. So we're gonna clean up a little bit here. We just found power for the first time, so we're letting the trailer charge all the batteries and stuff. So waiting for some stone, and we're gonna get a move on here. We got our load of gravel backing in right now. This is 20 tons of the 3/4 item 4. I'm getting a second load tomorrow, but we'll see how far you can dump this back. It is a little wet back here, but we'll see. Okay, so like I said, we got that load of gravel. We spread it out. We got it level up to this point. We just did our bedding material, leveled that out with our grade rods, and I'm getting a phone call from an unimportant number. Yeah, we're gonna build this portion of the wall real quick. We just gotta fill in these rear grade rod holes after we pull them out. Then we'll lay this wall here, up until that little line right behind the wheelbarrow there, or at least right up until there. And then once that's in, we'll continue around. We got to put down more 3/4 through here, but we got a big pile back there, you can see. So keeping on moving. Finishing up today, got 2 courses of wall blocks done. I'd say that's about halfway right there, maybe a little bit more. And then everywhere you see this orange paint is to grade, so that just needs bedding material tomorrow. And then we have another 15 feet there to put down 3/4, so that's looking really good. The wall looks really nice. We got a nice straight string line on it, no more curvy nonsense. We're packed up for tonight and ready to go home. So that's the conclusion of day number 7. Okay, day number 7. We got our second load of 3/4 inch stone here dropped off. That came this morning, and we're gonna get started on the rest of the base for the wall. So we should be able to get the full wall base in today. So from there, wrapped around to that corner. And then once that is done, we'll probably start, building up the tiers of the wall. And then we're gonna have to pressure wash some more blocks and continue on the project. Once the wall base is done and we have this corner cleaned up, I have to start digging for the rest of the patio. So kind of everything from that corner back needs to get dug out. I'm probably gonna have to take out a fence section, but we'll get moving here and see what it turns into. We got one more pipe to pull out. We just got to rake out the gravel and extend these real quick so we can get our bedding material out to the corner post here. But otherwise, we started the curve on the wall. It's looking really good. 2 courses this whole way. A little bit more to go on the bedding sand. We'll rake that out, and I think we have enough stone just to make it to the corner, maybe a little bit with 2 courses. Then we're gonna get back to pressure washing. And then once we pressure wash that and stack it, we have that whole pile to pressure wash, and then we'll continue building the wall and our steps. So they'll step up probably right about on that block as the ground gets higher, and then probably another step here, probably one more here, and I think that'll do it. We might need one more in the back, we'll have to see. The coping does add a decent amount too, so that might just be coping level. So we'll find out here in a minute. Get these pipes moved and keep on ripping. Alright, Kurt brought out some assistance. I'm really moving on this now. Got 4 courses from right there all the way to here. We're going to finish that out to the end for today. I got to bring these machines out of here for some other things that we have to do this week. We got to pick up some more Unilock, and like I said, we don't have a yard machine, so I need that home. And I got to dig some percolation test holes for a septic system with that. But yeah, it's a little slow. You got to pressure wash all the blocks, stack them, and then carry them out to the wall. But It's moving along really good. It's looking really nice. A lot better than it did before. All right, wrapping up today. Got the excavator and attachments in the trailer for that job it's got to go to. We got the 4th course to here, and then we got some blocks stacked up that are washed. The wall should be finished tomorrow. We just have to wash the rest of these blocks and the coping. It's a pain in the butt, but you got to grind all this glue off of there too. But the wall will get built tomorrow. I know Kurt's gonna be back here with Fitz, maybe somebody else. They're gonna work on the wall in the morning. I gotta dig those perk holes, and then I gotta run some Unilock. So I won't be back here until later tomorrow, but the wall should be done. And then not back here Friday, that's a separate job. Be back on here Monday and start on the patio. Gotta do a little more excavation, get the base prepped, but we're moving now. All right, see you later. All right, good morning everybody. We're start of week 3. This is day number 10 on our patio project. We've got the excavator back here on site. We had to pull off for some emergency work, but we're finally back at it. Getting everything started here. We have to backfill the retaining wall today. Kurt got that finished, basically finished up with Fitz last week. They put the coping on. It's not glued down yet, but we basically need to glue the coping. We're gonna backfill the wall. We're gonna put the drainage in first too. But the wall is fully built for the most part until the end there. That's still kind of unknown what we're doing there because we still need to get the drainage out and we still need to have access to the patio. Okay, we're backfilling the wall now. You can see I got the machine kind of twisted into a little funny shape here, but we're you can see every 10 feet we have marked. We're doing an inch and a quarter inch per foot of slope. So that's basically every 10 feet we're going up 2.5 inches. So the corner of the wall would be 0 because we can actually slope it down the hill into the back there. That's going to be underground. So starting at 0, 2.5, 5, 7.5. This is 10, and then we got to go to 12.5 down there at the corner. So where we've got our little pile of 3/4 gravel, we're getting all this sloped. And then we're going to install the drainage for the wall. We'll backfill that a bit, and then we'll put in the gutter pipes. Those don't need to be, you know, near the bottom. They just need to be sloped properly at the top and do the same kind of termination there at 0. So we're getting it backfilled. It's a little tricky. It's tight in here, but once we get that backfilled, we can, you know, like I said, install those gutter pipes. All right. Alright, so we have our wall drainage up to there. That's all perf pipe, and that's going to get covered, well, it's sitting on 3/4 inch sloped, but it's going to get covered with 3/4 inch just like it is over here. So right up to the top of the wall, so any rainwater or runoff water will hit the pipe and get carried out of the wall. Now we're digging for the gutters. So the gutters are going to have a gutter adapter down into a 90. That'll hit this trench and then slope downwards towards the exit. Same with this gutter, so they'll tee into the same pipe. We'll have another gutter adapter, a 90, probably another 90, and then a T here. So that'll all flow this way into a separate pipe. We never want to run those into the same pipe just because of contamination from the gutters and things. They'll both come out to about there. We're going to leave them there for now, just because we are driving through here. We don't want to crush the pipe. And then at the end of the project, when we finish out the wall and the patio here, we'll dig this under and out into the woods there. For now, we just, if it does rain, we can throw some pipes on there just so the water goes away. But we're going to get these installed here and start backfilling everything.